Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, there's no momentum with Doctor Who at the moment. A while ago, they said that they weren't going to make any decisions until season 2 premiered and they knew what the ratings were like, which kind of makes sense if you weren't happy with season 1, and there's some reason to think that season 2 is going to be different. I don't know what reason there would be. You should know from season 1 if season 2 is going to be any worth doing. Or season 3, if you've done season 2. And the other sort of rumour is that Russell T Davies has been challenged, that they don't want him there. Basically, Disney has turned around and said, we don't want Russell T Davies Doctor Who. We want it de-wokeified. We want it basically, to conform to an American generic sci-fi show and be, appealing to the masses of, idiot MAGA audiences, which is only about a third of the audience. I mean, you can't get the whole audience anymore. You've got the lefties, you've got the MAGAs, and you've sort of got the general audience sort of stuck in between. And you can't really get them all anymore, except occasionally maybe something like, Deadpool and Wolverine would actually do really well. But, so apparently the BBC is defending him and saying not without our Russell, but he's sort of saying maybe he'll go on hiatus. I'm like, how is that different from being cancelled? So basically saying they're going to cancel it. The assumption was that they would just take it back in-house and produce it on a smaller budget and focus more on stories instead of politics and big, set pieces and special effects, which, what the show was originally about. But it's sounding like that's not going to be the case. So it's just, I don't know what's going to happen with Doctor Who, but the sort of assumption is if they can't find a partner to fund it, they won't be funding it themselves. And the only other possibility seems to be Amazon. This is all speculation from people like Sidetrack and stuff like that, and some of the Doctor Who sites. But I just find it funny that some of them are trying to make a story out of there's been no progress yet, when we were told before they weren't going to look at anything and make any decisions until after season 2 premiered or aired, and that hasn't happened yet. So what's different? I guess they just needed a new Doctor Who story. But I want to comment on it all anyway. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of what's happening with Doctor Who. I'm not sure if they would actually just gut the show just to appease America. Because then what's the point of having Doctor Who and bringing it to America if you're just going to change it in every way? And aside from some of the political issues, which are more recent, Russell T Davies seems to understand what Doctor Who is. So I personally don't have a problem with the wokeness, but I don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I am worried it's going to disappear because, Doctor Who disappeared for, I think, was it like 18 years, I think it was, something like that. It went away for a long time. It came back, but it disappeared for a long time. It could happen again, but part of that is saturation because there's so much of it. Like I've only watched the first series. Like it's going to take me forever to get through, right up until today if I want to actually get through it all. So the show could disappear for a couple of years and I probably still won't be through all the seasons. So I don't know, but it's not good. They're expecting bigger ratings. They did the usual thing where, we'll spend a bunch of money on it and it'll be, a bunch of marketing, it'll make a lot of money. I'm like, it's got the same audience it had before. So yeah, it's kind of funny when America does that. They think they can just buy the audience. You can't create an audience. You can't create a fan base or a loyalty or a following. But I'm still talking. I'm going to go.